What is up, TapXNation? It is that one commentator you guys are tired of listening to. It is TapX Retro, bringing you guys yet again another commentary today. So what you guys been watching here in the background is a triple nuclear here on Infection by the one and only TapX Dysmorphics. This is actually with the Razorback. Really nice gameplay against something that is not on Nuketown, it's not on Combine, not even on some of the better maps like Fringe or maybe let's say Hunted. This map, Infection, at least in my opinion, is pretty difficult to get some gameplays on. So definitely something a little more different, a little more variety for you guys in the background. Hopefully you will enjoy that. Now, something I want to discuss today, I actually did a video for this on my personal channel, which if you guys do enjoy the you can check out my channel down below, but I did a video about this, going very in depth. I'm going to try to summarize this as best as possible today. But I want to kind of cover a few things going into why video games, at least for me and at least my point of view on it, why certain video games which initially you might be very hyped for, you might be really anticipating, why certain video games actually end up dying in the long run, even though over a certain period of time, you may have been actually looking forward to them, and there was this huge hype train coming up about these games. I want to go into why I think certain video games die. Aside from the obvious, you know, people have a short attention span, aside from the obvious, there are a few reasons, at least for me, as to why certain video games actually die. So the first thing that comes to my mind is the lack of promotion that goes behind certain games, and the lack of informing the public on what this game is actually about. I find a very key example that actually led into this was the Battleborn versus Overwatch debate, which these two games, they sold pretty well, but of course, as you guys know, Overwatch is a much more successful title than Battleborn has been. It's held its audience retention much more, but I feel like a lot of people bought Battleborn feeling as if it is something close to Overwatch, which besides the fact that it does have this sort of like class-based shooter, there's really nothing alike about these two titles. However, people, when looking at them and looking at the marketing, they for some reason believed these two games were actually very similar, which is a problem because if you market a game poorly, it's not going to get good reception from people, and obviously people might be buying it, or aka returning it, for the wrong reasons because they are misled and not actually sure what the game is about. So that's definitely something that, at least if you are a company or someone who's creating, developing, publishing, and marketing a game, I would definitely go out and clarify that this game is catering towards a certain audience, it has certain elements in this game, and it should try to stand out above the rest, in a way keeping it on the shelves and keeping people interested in this actual title. I guess the next thing that comes to my mind is the lack of content which a certain game could contain. Now, as much as you may love or hate BO3, I know there's a sort of love-hate relationship, especially among the die-hard COD fans. I know a lot of people are really loving it, a lot of people really hate it, some people are kind of in the middle like myself. I feel Black Ops 3 at least has a lot of content to keep people entertained. If you enjoy the core aspect of a futuristic Call of Duty, BO3 is for you, simple as that. The reason why it got some backlash from a lot of people is simply a lot of us don't want to see a futuristic Call of Duty. But for those who do like the futuristic COD Warfare, a lot of people have been very happy with Black Ops 3 and the way it's been going, especially because there's a lot of content within this game. You have the free run mode, you have campaign, you have that Nightmares mode aside from the campaign, you have zombies, which of course has been getting a lot of content, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of stuff to do, multiplayer of course, Hero Armor, Dark Matter. I know a lot of people in TapX have been grinding for that, and there's just so much stuff to go for. There really is a lot. The new DLC has been pretty decent, at least for my taste, I guess, my opinion on it. It's been pretty decent. It's brought some new stuff to the table, although some of the maps I wasn't a huge fan of, but it's been alright, it's been decent enough, and it's held people's interest. That is key. The game has managed to somehow hold people's interest based on the fact there's enough things to actually do. The problem with the game like Titanfall, which I love Titanfall. I think a lot of people could actually vouch for the COD fans on that. A lot of us really did enjoy Titanfall and thought it was a very good futuristic FPS done in a very tasteful manner. The problem with Titanfall is you could pretty much complete everything the game had to offer within a month, which is not very good. Now, some people might be sitting back going, whoa, a month? That's a lot of time. But for die-hard gamers, and especially people that are really dedicated to the game, a month is not much. Black Ops 3, to get Dark Matter and Hero Armor and all that stuff, that takes a long time. That takes a long time for the average gamer. I mean, especially to the hardcore gamer, that would still take a long time. Obviously, people who stream the game 24/7 will get it relatively fast, but people who just have a passion for video games and live a somewhat normal life, it will take a long time to get all that stuff in Black Ops 3. It will. Getting to level 1000, that is difficult. That is far from easy. So in a game like Titanfall, where pretty much everything you have to do and all the creativity is kind of unlocked by a certain point once you reach about a month into the game, it kind of killed it for a lot of people, which again, the lack of content really did tie into it. And both of those things I just listed, the lack of promotion and the lack of content, all kind of tie into the fact that the game itself, any video game, could all in all just be bland. If it doesn't have good promotion, it doesn't have enough content, it could be in a way a copy-paste version of a previous game. There's so many reasons, but in the end, I think that is a somewhat decent summary of why certain video games you might typically enjoy, that besides the fact, obviously, people have slow attention, or dying attention spans, besides that, you still have a few reasons, at least in my opinion, that can actually kill off a video game even though it might be on the right track for a number of reasons. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed a little bit of a longer commentary today. I apologize if I stuttered. It's 12:45 in the morning. Thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, TapXNation now at almost 45K. So thank you guys for all the support. If you guys did enjoy, check out the Smurfix down below and my channel down below if you guys did enjoy the commentary. See you all on the next one.